Hello, welcome to Pecan Corner. Tonight I'm going to start a process. It's going to take a two-parter because I'm going to use Contingency Prep's recipe, and I'm going to make Sauerbraten. It's not something I've ever made before, so but Paul says I will love it. So I'm going to use a beef arm roast. I've got it thawed out here, and this is meat my dad raised. So we're blessed with that. I have a chopped onion. I have a chopped half of a lemon, and let me get set up here. I've got wine. Oh, I've got to get my vinegar, and I've got a secret ingredient. All right, now I'm back. Got my vinegar, and there's the secret ingredient: pine twigs. I've scraped them. I believe that he went to the effort to actually peel his. So I'm not sure. I need to do that. I scraped all that little stuff off of them. Got 3 little pieces. These are from the ends of the twigs, not putting the needles in there. I'll use those to make some tea with. I'm going to put this where I can see it. All right, here we go. I'm going to put my half of a lemon in there, a small onion. What do we got here? Some celery seed. About a half a teaspoon of celery seed. He uses a half a bottle, big bottle, of pickling spice, and he says that you can divide that. So I'm going to go with about. This is a huge bottle. I'm going to go with about that was about a half of a quarter cup, so about 1/8 of a cup, which is about 2 tablespoons. Let me get another little dab in there. Okay. All right. That's got a good smell to it. Okay. A couple of bay leaves. These bay leaves I've had forever, and they stay really good. They don't get old. I keep them in my cabinet, so they're in the dark all the time. All right. Add a tablespoon of salt. 2 tablespoons of oil. Where's mine? Yep, I'll add that in a minute. I can't get. I've blocked myself in with my tripod here, so I can't get into it. So I'll get my oil in just a few minutes here. All right, and my vinegar. I'm going to use. He used 2 cups, and he says you can reduce this to just a 1 cup. So I think that's this is a balsamic vinegar. I think that because my roast is not as big as his was, I'm going to reduce that to only a single cupful. Maybe I'll add a little extra wine instead. We don't drink, so I buy these little bitty bottles to cook with, and that's what I use for cooking with, and it works great because that way I don't have good wine going to waste, but I'm not buying that awful cooking wine stuff either. All right, I'm going to bring this all to a boil. I'm going to add my oil when I get to it. Bring this to a boil, and then I'm going to let it cool back down, and then I'll be back. All right, I'm back. I went ahead and peeled my pine twigs. I went back and watched his video again, and he had peeled them, so I peeled mine too. You can use juniper berries in this. What I like about using the pine twigs is the kind of juniper. You can't use the berries off of just anything that we call juniper. There are some that are edible, and there are some that are not. We have cedars that grow around here, and we have a lot of pine trees have been planted. Although they're not native to this particular part of Texas, they are found around here often. And I like the idea of being able to use what we can find locally. I don't think that the berries that grow on our native cedars can be used in place of the juniper berries. If somebody knows better, in fact, I need to ask Meriwether about that on Facebook, because he will probably know which species we can use. At any rate, so I love the idea of being able to use something that we can gather out of our yards as a spice and a seasoning. That's pretty important. So I'm kind of excited about trying those. The marinade smells really good and it actually tastes delicious. I think I'm going to go ahead and add a little more of the vinegar just because it does taste so good. There we go. All right. Let's just finish that off. All right. Since that balsamic vinegar was really mild, and I'm going to add, he added 2 cups of water to get enough. I'm going to start out with not quite a cup here. He used 2 cups of red wine, and he said any good red table wine. This is Cabernet Sauvignon. I don't think there's going to be 2 cups here, so I think that's at 1 cup. All right. I may still not need that. I'm going to see how much it takes to go over my meat before I go adding more. And he added a 1/2 cup of Riesling. I don't have Riesling, I have Chardonnay, which is not sweet, but that's what I've got. All right. I would not be at all surprised to hear that that Tupperware, get my camera there, that Tupperware didn't call this their ham keeper. Look at that, it's shaped like a ham. I picked this up a while back and it is just perfect for something like this, because I need to turn this daily, and this container is going to be waterproof. And see, looky there, my arm roast fits in there perfectly. You would have thought that that Tupperware made this container just for my arm roast. Makes me very happy. All right, now then, let me pour my marinade over it. Oh yeah, I don't need any more liquid at all. This is good. All right. Okay, now then. All right, now I'm going to put this in, and it has to marinate for at least 7 days, and it can marinate for up to 10 days. So it's gonna. This is great. These kinds of dishes are a great way to keep something. If your power ever goes out and you're afraid you're going to lose things in your freezer, stick them in a marinade, and get them under vinegar, and you can turn them into corned beef or Sauerbraten or whatever. Now I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and shake it up a little bit every couple of times a day, and then I may not post this video until I'm ready to do part 2, but anyway, I'll get that done. All right, thank you much. Bye.